Well, hey there, everyone. It is Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. Hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Hope you're doing well. Today, we're just going to be going on a short walk, which I need to actually time because I'm meeting Spencer and Katie for dinner tonight. They are they harvested their tomatoes out of their garden today and are making homemade spaghetti sauce with them. So I was asked to come over. So they did this last year too. I think there's going to be a bunch of us, a big spaghetti dinner. So that's what I'm doing, but that's not for another 45 minutes or so. And we already took Apollo on one walk, but that was earlier in the day. Actually, I think this will now be our third walk. We did a morning walk, we did a little mid-morning one, and now here we are. So I figured, haven't filmed in 9 days is when I filmed the responding to your comments video. And so I just want to give you a little life update. But yeah, life's going good. Work's going good. I've been on my little vacation here. I had 6 days off. And so I have today off, and then tomorrow, and then I'm back to work on Tuesday. Today's Sunday the 15th. So yeah, just enjoying that. The original plan was to do Sedona, but I got cheap and didn't want to do an Airbnb and didn't feel like doing the drive to go camping down there. So we just did a staycation. We've been doing a lot of hiking. We went down to the springs and did some hiking with Alex and Maverick. We've been doing just up here on South Table Mountain a couple of times. Went on a hike with Dom. Went and saw my mom at one point. And just generally been staying in Colorado doing various day trips. We didn't even go camping. We've just been sticking around town or around the Denver metro area. And it's been really nice to just kind of sleep in a little bit and hang out and watch TV. I did a full revamp of the living room and dining room. I think that was like my second day of my little vacation. Up, 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 up. When I first moved in, I brought my big old TV. Good boy, good boy. Okay, let's go, let's go. When I moved in, I brought my big old TV from my other place, but the TV that Joe had in their current house, I had loaned to Alex because he didn't have a TV. So this whole time I've had 2 TVs, one of which, go, go, go. You got it, you got it. Use those muscles. Good boy, come on. Good boy, send it, woo. Good job. Good boy. Okay, come on. This way. So I've technically had 2 TVs. So when I moved into my new place, one of my TVs already existed in that house. It was mounted on the wall, and so I had to have an even bigger one that can't be wall mounted easily. It just goes on a hutch or an entertainment center or whatever you want to call it. And so that's just been sitting in the dining room along with a bunch of my diamond painting supplies and just stuff. You know, I basically was using the part of the dining room as storage. And I finally got around to completely clearing all of that out, pulling the old TV off the wall, setting up the little entertainment center, putting up the new TV, organizing, taking stuff to the basement, deep cleaning. So now the living room and the dining room are kind of completely redone and are fully functioning and nicely livable and kind of comfortable to the way I like them. Put some decorations up, got my house plants kind of where I want them, adjusted some of the lighting to be the way that I wanted. And I had the blessing of Joe and Doug. They really don't have a preference either way. Sorry. Doug was like, I was waiting for you to kind of like do it up like your old place because everything was just kind of haphazardly around. I'm like, yeah, I guess I've been lazy since I moved in February, March. So it's done. Looks good. So just kind of getting stuff in order. I did some purging of just some stuff that I didn't need anymore, and it just been moving around with me for years. Just kind of refreshing everything. So did that, and just a lot of hikes and a lot of time with friends. I'd say that's the biggest thing. We've been doing some movie nights and some dinners with different friend groups, and just kind of spending a lot more time out and about. And my buddies, you know, Alex, MJ, Dom, have been coming along on a lot of my day hikes with me. So I haven't really had an opportunity to film anything during this vacation. And I thought this was going to be like a huge filming week for me, but it really hasn't. This is kind of the first time I've had an opportunity to film something. Tomorrow I don't have plans with anybody, so we're going to do another day trip, and I most likely will do some sort of whip and jam or something like that wherever we go. But yeah, I was kind of worried about that because I haven't had any content go up for a week in between my event videos, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. And I hope you're okay with that. Just kind of, things are changing. You know, life's always changing, and things are changing now where I'm just up. I've been spending a lot more time not alone. Always have someone around, or I'm always doing something. Yesterday was wild. And I just asked Alex to send me pictures, but his, go ahead. No, he's stopping. His company, him and Jeff, my old roommate / friend, own a construction company together, and they rent a space, like a co-working space, that does all like trade work. So like plumbers and electricians and contractors and architects, they all rent these offices in this big old building. This way. Well, the owner of that said building does a bunch of events throughout the year, and one of them is an annual skeet shooting, or like clay pigeon shooting with shotguns event out in eastern Colorado, about 30 minutes east of Denver, maybe 45. And then they go play poker afterwards and have like a catered dinner and stuff back at their office. And so Alex asked me, do you want to come shooting with us? And I was like, you know, normally no. Holding a gun is not the top of my list of anything to do, and it's usually not my style. But you know what? If if my preferred presidential and vice president candidates are proud gun owners, you know, I had this whole thing. I'm like, you know what? I can still be my liberal democratic self and still do this and not feel weird about it. I don't know. That was the reasoning I had in my head. That was my encouragement, is like, Tim and Kamala do it, so I'm gonna go do it. So I said, yeah. So I went with them to the gun store, which I was a little uncomfortable in, to go get the shotgun ammo and all that stuff. And I went out to the range, and it was a lot of fun. I've never done that before, where they launch the clay discs into the air with those machines. They look like the things that shoot tennis balls, but they like fling these discs into the air, and then you get in your cage and you shoot them. And so we did that for half the day, and that was a lot of fun. I stopped. I would take a couple after, like, I think our fourth cage. So each one, you fire 10 shots. So there's 10 clay discs that get shot up, and so you have 10 chances each round, and you just mark if you got it or not, and then, highest score wins. So after the first few, I was only getting like 1 or 2 out of the 10. And then after like the fourth one, my shoulder was hurting so bad, where you put the like butt of the gun right in the little crook of your shoulder, between your like shoulder blade and your chest, where you rest the gun. Oh, it hurts so bad, because like those shotguns really kick you back, and they got like this 12 gauge high potency ammo, so it has an extra little kick to it. And oh my gosh, my shoulder was like killing me. It's like getting hit in the shoulder with a hammer. And so there's 10 cages, and each one has 10 chances, so 100 shots total. So imagine just someone hitting you in the shoulder with a hammer 100 times. So after about the 40th time, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And so I would sit one out and then do a couple shots for one, and then sit one out because I was just in pain. My favorite one was the ones that had the rabbit clays. So rather than them getting shot in the air, the machine flings this clay disc on the ground, and it rolls across the ground really fast, like a rabbit would be jumping across the ground, and you aim for those. Those were my favorite. I did better shooting those than I did the ones that were flung in the air. But I'd say out of like the 50 shots that I did take, I got maybe like five or six out of the 50. But it was my first time. I had never done that before. I've shot a shotgun before, I think, in my life, but I've never shot at like moving targets or anything like that. So it was actually a lot of fun. I'll be completely honest with you. I had a really good time. Like, I enjoyed the sport of it, and the aiming and, trying to be more precise. It just hurt. So I think I just need to get more used to it. And I did look it up online, and they have like a shoulder pad or like a vest kind of thing that you put on, so it doesn't hurt as bad. So if we go again, because they do that a couple of times a year, these types of events for his company, they do it a couple of times a year, and they've gone out just solo and done it. I didn't know this because, me and Alex haven't really been connected as friends for a couple of years. So they go out and do it a few times on their own anyway, because they both own shotguns. And so I was like, okay, well, let me know when you go again, because I had a lot of fun. I wasn't good, but I'll practice. I'll get good at it. So they were like, you should get a shotgun and blah, 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 blah. And they were showing me all these shotguns. There's like this one brand that's pretty affordable. It's like a couple $100. And they have these shotguns that have like rainbow graffiti on them, and like rainbow patterns. And one of them was like pink with little hearts on it. And I was like, oh, there's cute ones. I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna be a gun owner? I don't know. I don't think so, because you just go in and you can rent them from the place, so you don't have one at home. So I don't know, but it was fun. It was fun. It was different. And I was really worried about the crowd there. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I swear to God, if someone brings up the debate or has something disparaging to say about it, I am very emboldened to pipe up right now. Like, I am very engaged. I'm very, I think, in terms of common voters, pretty versed on everything that's going on right now, so I feel like I can speak to it pretty succinctly. And so I was like, just let one of these shotgun boys say something I don't like. But no, it was very, very, it was fine, it was fine. I did not have to stand up for my beliefs and what's going on right now at all, which was kind of nice. But my hackles were up. How about? Or my guard was up. But anyway, so between that and movies and doing little family dinners and stuff like that. I really have not, A, haven't really had time to film, and B, I really have not been diamond painting that much since the last video. So I had talked about wanting to hunker down with the question of reality and work on phases by Yume Art and potentially kit up Wizard Spell and this and that, like all this diamond painting stuff I was gonna get done during my time off, and I've gotten none of it done. None of it. And so but I haven't necessarily been missing it either, which is kind of interesting. So I think life is just becoming more social this fall. We'll see how things go as we get into the winter. Usually, I'm in the house doing my own thing more during the winter. All of my friends are big ski people and get the $1,400 ski pass to go to all the different resorts here in Colorado. I don't ski downhill, I just do cross country. So I don't participate in any of that. So that usually leaves me with a lot more solo time during the winter months. They were even talking about going to Japan this winter to ski because their ski pass grants them access to one of the resorts in Japan. So I may be doing a lot more solo stuff during the winter, but yeah, I was kind of surprised, when I'm currently editing the responding to your comments video at the time you're seeing this. I was like, oh wow, I haven't posted anything in over a week in terms of vlogs and stuff. Now I did get my week 2 A Question of Reality video up, and my week 3 video went up today at the time of filming this. So that's still going on. But as far as just my free time walking chats and hiking chats, my hikes have been with friends, and my free time's been with friends, and I've just been leaning into that a lot more and feeling really good about it. So we'll see. I mean, I hope that I'll have more time, especially, usually I get some more filming done during the work week, which is kind of funny because, all my friends work, everybody works, and then we get home and I'm just taking Apollo for a walk and not trying to coordinate group outings and stuff. So what's funny is I say, oh, I'm going to take some time off and that'll free me up to film a ton. And really it's kind of the opposite, because when I have my vacation and free time, I'm like, let's go do this, let's go do this, let's go hang out here. Sure, I'll come do that with you. I'm not doing anything today. So it's actually kind of the reverse. When I have vacation time, I tend to film less because it's not just tagged on to the last few hours of a day after work. So yeah, but we'll see how things go this fall. I'm sure it'll ebb and flow, but I see myself trending to a lifestyle of less filming, at least right now. We'll see. Next week you might see a bajillion videos go up, who knows, but that's just how the past 9-ish days have been, is I haven't filmed anything vlog related or life related. But life's going good, work's going good. As far as diamond painting goes, like I said, not very much, if anything, to update you on. As far as kitted up, not started, I've got Inner Garden by Yume Art. And then I said that I wanted to kit up Wizard Spell, but I decided to hold off a little bit longer just because I want to wait until I have Apollo, come on. I have A Question of Reality done. Wait until I'm ready to buy the enhancement drills for that kit. So I'll probably do that in the next month or so. I don't need to have that ready to go until January 1st, so I've got time. So I ended up not kitting that up, but what I did do, because by the end of the year I'd like to be saying some other shop names in these updates and share progress and my thoughts on other shops besides Jaded Gem Shop and Diamond Art Club, is I went ahead and kitted up Cresting by Iterations Crafts and the Creativity Squirrel. so I can get going on that. So that's all kitted up and ready to go. I do plan on adding a couple of enhancements to that, at least right now. That's my plan. I'm not going to touch it until A Question of Reality is done, because I don't want to take on another big square. And even with that, I might go back to my custom of Apollo before starting on it. We'll see. But I do want to add some sparklers for squares, I think, and if they have bubbles for squares, I'll pick up a couple bags of each. So we'll see. I haven't fully decided yet what I want to do, but it is kitted up and ready to go. Hey, little pull boy, let's pull me forward and not back. Come on. So that's kind of the situation with that, is I got cresting kitted up, and I'll start on it ideally by the end of the year at some point, you know. Probably won't finish it by the end of the year, but at least get it going so I can start saying I'm working on something from the Creativity Squirrel, because the last project I worked on from that shop was my round drill kit. I believe it was called Bewitched, I think, yeah. And I ended up pausing on that because I was noticing some gapping that wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't to my taste. And the shop owner over there, Bex, was like, well, press pause on it. You don't need, and that was sent to me for review. She was like, you don't need to send it back or anything like that. I'll work with my manufacturer. I haven't gotten any updates on that as to what has happened or has not happened. But that's the only experience I have with the Creativity Squirrel other than the putty, which I love. So I like to start saying their name more frequently. So I want to get going on that kit. And then we'll get to purchasing intentions here in a bit. But as far as whips go, I have Garden of Earthly Delights, one section done, no progress. Medi, about 30% done, no progress. My Custom of Apollo, about 40% done, no progress. Phases by Yume Art, 5% done, no progress. And then A Question of Reality, 85% done, 90 maybe, if I'm being generous with myself. And that has had progress. I've gotten probably another 6 sections done since we talked. I finished my first row at the bottom, and now I'm 2 sections away from the next row, and then I'll be on my final row. So probably about 9-10 sections and I'll be done. So I believe, hopefully, on track to finish that by the end of the month. If not, I'll be very close to being done. And so when it comes to wrapping up the paint along, my last video is supposed to be the finish and review of that kit. Now, if I can't finish it by the end of September, then I'll just push that final week's video out until whenever it is done. You know, first few days of October or something like that. So if you don't see it right on the 30th, just know that's because I'm working on finishing it up. But in a perfect world, it will get done in time. But I haven't really been diamond painting that much. You know, six or so sections is what I've done in the past 9-10 days, which is low for me. Getting less than a section done a day, that is low for me. So, you know, if other life plans happen, other things taking my time, I just don't want to, I'm trying to take the pressure off of myself of not pushing on that or thinking, oh, I can't go out, can't do anything with anybody, have to stay in my room and diamond paint, because that's not my life right now at all. I'm saying yes to things more than I'm saying no, which has been good. Went to karaoke twice since the last time we spoke with different friend groups. Just, you know, having a good time. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me in terms of that. Yeah, my video with Rachel Ray and James slash Mr. Ray went really well, and now the third video is up. I'm curious to see how it'll be received. Do you want to just stay on this road? I know there's a little bit of road noise, but at least it's different than just going back up the same road we came. We've been out for 24 minutes. I have about another 15 minutes or so to chat with you. That whole series has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. And then I will be putting up an announcement video the first week of October for Muka Mania. And that'll run from November 1st to December 31st. 2-month event. There will be a registration for that event via a Google Doc. And I will post that Google Doc as soon as I put it together after the announcement video. I haven't decided if I'm going to put it up early or just wait until November 1st to put it up. And then I'll be doing 4 videos for that bi-weekly. And yeah, I was talking in previous videos about reaching out to shops for sponsors, but I may still do it, or maybe I'll just ask like 1 or 2 shops that I can work with. But the more I think about it, I'm like, you know what would be easier than coordinating sponsors and coordinating like, oh, this is who gets this prize and this is the prize set for this and that. Just funding it myself and saying, okay, we're gonna do four $50 gift cards, one every video. Boom, boom, boom. I'll just buy them myself to 4 different shops or a couple different shops and just be done with it. And then I don't have to ask, I don't know. I'm just I guess it's lazy of me, but just minimal fuss. So I might just I'll sponsor it. Just that'll be that. We'll see. I know Jade would be down. I'm sure Rosa would be down. And maybe even Diamond Art Club would be down. So we'll see. I'm still thinking about it. I mean, we have 6 weeks, 7 weeks before that event starts. So we got some time. So we'll see. Maybe I'll decide that in the next few days here, what I want to do in that situation. But I'm excited for that event. And then, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what 2025 brings for the channel. I was talking to my buddy Alex and my friend Dom. Let's go. Just kind of about YouTube. And I was telling them how much fun I had at Cedar Point doing that vlog and then doing the Estes Park thing. And I was like, it would be cool to have a channel where I don't do like daily or weekly vlogs or anything like that necessarily. The channel is based on the trips that I do. So the only time content goes up is, after I've filmed a trip, whether that be a longer day hike or day trip to visit something in Colorado, or a longer trip. I'll be going to Pennsylvania next year. I'll be going to Mexico next year. I have some other stuff in the works. So, long gaps, but then when it pops up, it's, a well done, more highly produced vlog talking about the actual trip and the location and doing research and basically having like a kind of travel vlog type thing that isn't super consistent, but it's just based on when I go do stuff. And that'll give me more time to do the production side of things and the editing and make it look really nice. And Alex has a drone that he was showing me, and we were taking photos with it, and he was doing these really cool aerial shots of the forest and stuff. And I was like, see, this is like, I could see myself learning how to do higher level editing and using like drone shots and doing something really cool that maybe I only do like 5 a year or something like that, but they're fun, and well produced, and make it even less focused on diamond painting and more just about travel and life stuff and doing cool things with Apollo. And what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, that sounds really cool. If you want to borrow my drone to practice, you're more than welcome to, or, whatever you need. And So I was thinking about that and like, would I just incorporate that into the single and placing channel and just kind of change the format even more? Or would I start a whole new channel, or would I change single and placing to be, I don't think I'd ever change the name, but just change it to be more of just a life and travel vlog. But I still would want to share my finishes of diamond paintings and stuff with everyone too. But here's just the facts. I don't really plan on buying that many more diamond paintings. I'm crystal balling this and feeling like my rate of finishing diamond paintings is probably going to start dropping, just with social life and what I want, you know, and I want more face-to-face time, and I want to be spending more time with friends, with families, than I do sitting at the crafting table. It's just the honest truth. And that's how things have been trending, is I'm lucky if I get home after spending time with friends or whatever, and I sit down for an hour in diamond paint, and then I'm like, I'm over this, let's go to bed. And then, you know, but on work days, during the work week, I might have more time. But just overall, I've been spending less and less time doing those long stretches of just knocking out section after section. You know, I'm lucky if I get a section done on a project in a day, or even half. So I'm like, with the stash I currently have, with my desire to save money and probably not be buying very many, if any, diamond paintings, that means just less content, less unboxings, less, you know, less finishes because of time, less major updates on stuff, probably less events that I'll be participating in, maybe, I don't know. And so if you're taking all of that away, what's going to be put in place of it, you know? So that's just kind of where my head's at right now. I don't ever want to give up this channel, obviously. I love chatting with everyone, and I love doing this stuff, but I'm really liking where things are going, and I've been feeling very positive, and setting like this game plan of like saving and what the next steps of life are going to look like, and making sure that, you know, I'm staying up with friends and engaging with them and keeping those close connections. And yeah, I don't know. I've been pondering it. Like, if I stop doing diamond painting content, what can I make this instead that still incorporates parts of my life, you know? Or not doing diamond painting as content as frequently. I mean, it's been a few weeks since I've done an unboxing, and I have no plans to do another one anytime soon. As far as purchases go, no plans. I do want to get one of the Mukas that Jade released over the past few weeks. It's been a few weeks now, I think, at the time of filming this, that I sent to her. They're up on the shop. So I will be getting those, but I'll most likely be getting them as I finish another Jade kit or another Muka, as opposed to just collecting them all. So that's on the horizon, but I have my Medi kit for Muka Mania. I've got Autumn from Jade from Muka as a secondary one if I so happen to finish Medi in time. So I'm set there. I've got enough old masters and more Jade kits for upcoming, you know, if we do the Jade Jamboree, summer with the masters next year. I have enough stuff to keep me going for my event-based things for all of 2025 at least. So I'm good there, so there's no need. And we talked about in the last vlog, but I'm not super motivated to jump into any new shops right now necessarily. So I don't feel that need to buy kits because it's a new to me shop. Mainly the only thing that I really would be buying on a consistent basis is probably enhancement drills. And that's really about it. But so I have the jade kits that I want to get eventually. And then, like I said, I want to put the names of the shops I love in my mouth more often. So that's why I'm going to start on cresting soon. And then I have 2 diamond painting shop kits that are both Old Masters that I can start on. But I've also been thinking about getting Spring from Diamond Painting Shop and maybe one other. So that's a potential purchase soon, is a Diamond Painting Shop purchase. But other than that, that's really all I have. So I'm just trying to think about, like, if you're slowing everything down to go live your life, how do you still keep everyone, how do I keep everyone engaged and still chatting? We have a lot of comments that I need to respond to still, so that was supposed to be one of my plans over this vacation time, was to do those long form responding to your comments videos. It just hasn't worked out, so I'm going to try to do some more of those after work and do it that way, because I have to have cell phone service wherever I go so I can like and heart and read them. So I can't go out in the middle of nowhere and start responding to comments. So I have to stay close. So those will help with some vlogs and stuff, responding to your comments. But eventually I'll get caught up on those, especially if there's less content for people to comment on, So I'll have those. But yeah, I like this idea of doing like more travel specific vlogs that, like, let's say for instance we go on a hike, like, okay, we're here at this hike today, it's a 4.6 mile hike, it's rated as moderate, we've got 1100 feet of elevation gain popping up, and we'll be putting on some music, but I'll be checking in with you mile to mile to let you know how the trail is and that kind of thing. So it's like specific to people who are, it would be geared towards people who want to do more outdoorsy stuff and do trail hikes and want to see cool views with like drone shots and everything. I would love to do stuff like that. So it wouldn't even be gabbing, really. And then, if we go to a specific location, like, okay, we're here at XYZ theme park, I've done my research, we're just going to talk rides, we're going to talk facts and figures, my experience, all of that kind of stuff. Or we're here in Mexico, we're going to this historical site, or, that type of stuff. So it's not really even about diamond painting, unless I have a finish, every few months or whatever, So yeah, I'm just trying to just think through it in my head. Nothing major. I still want to provide content to everyone, keep you company and all that stuff. But I also am just looking ahead at the future, and I don't think I'm going to be diamond painting as much as I used to. My engagement with this craft has come down quite a bit. And so, but I don't want to just disappear, you know what I mean? And I love doing filming. I love chit-chatting and letting you know how things are going, and I like the editing, and it's a fun hobby. It's just, what do I do? Like, what is the content, And I think that might be something that I'll be working on, probably starting next year, is maybe taking some bigger swings. We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of everything that's going on with me. The other thing that that it keeps popping into my head because I was talking about it in regards to purchasing from companies, and like the fact that I'm trying to shrink my stash and not add anything new. And I think I was talking in the last vlog about the money spent and potential waste and all of that stuff, is in that FOMO, that fear of not having all of the things. And I think we talked a little bit about feeling the need to support businesses and feeling like obligated to spend money to support a particular person or a small business, even if you can't necessarily afford it or you don't need it. There's that guilt that can creep in of like, I haven't been giving this person that is a crafty friend enough of my money. I still stand behind that for sure. And I think one of the things that this craft is really built off of, like when we really think about it, is if we were to play it extra responsible and extra conservative with our funds and with the diamond paintings we have, we'd only buy one after or shortly before another one is finished. So we always have one going, but we don't have a stockpile of them. If you think about how long it takes you to finish a diamond painting, or the average person or the casual diamond painter, which I would say is the majority of people that do this craft, we're people that watch this, we're the freaks that are heavily invested in it and try to get a lot done. But most people grab it, do a section, go back to living their life and doing their other hobbies and crafts and other life stuff, and maybe they don't touch it for a few days or a week or a few weeks. You know, I have a couple people in my own life that have picked up diamond painting that have been working on that same 30 by 40 Amazon kit that they started with for a year, you know, or longer, because it's not, they just pick at it, you know, when they remember they have it, they've got some free time in front of their TV or whatever, they'll do it. But there's so many other things going on that they're not like me or a lot of us. So if we were to really take that frequency into account, there's just no way, especially with some of these smaller shops, that they could wholly survive off of people purchasing that infrequently. You know, I'm gonna start a business where people only purchase my product that is, you know, $40 to $100 twice a year. That's just not, unless you have a ton of customers to make that work, it's not a sustainable business model. So this craft relies on people collecting. It relies on people purchasing more than they could practically do in a set time frame. It relies on people having stashes, and it relies on that feeling of I'm missing out if I don't get it, you know? It relies on that that need to over purchase. And that's just the honest truth, you know? There's just no way that it would be 100% sustainable if we really did just get that 160 by 180, work on it for 2 years, and then shop from that shop again. You can't really make a killing, even make a reliable living off of that purchasing frequency. So it's built upon the need to have more than you can do. And so just keep that in mind, that when you're feeling that guilt of like, oh, I haven't bought from that shop in a few months, I feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Be really, if you are trying to save, or if you know every dollar counts, think about how long it'll take you to finish your current project, and maybe set a calendar reminder or something that reminds you, like, hey, you thought you'd be done with the project by now. To give yourself a little status check, or maybe set a personal commitment to not look at any new diamond painting releases. Don't look at diamond painting shops or any products until you've hit 80% with your current project, or 90% with your current project, or however long it's going to be for that shipping time to, you know, make up the difference there, so you're never without. But maybe try to set that personal goal of like, I'm not even going to consider spending or purchasing another diamond painting, or even vote or look at anything, engage with the monetary aspect of this craft until I'm at this specific point in my current project. And if there's one thing I could change about it, that's probably what I would do. Now, if you're a content creator and you feel the urge to have unboxings go up and have new stuff to share, that changes things, because you might, that might dictate that you are purchasing more than you'd practically do, realistically do, because you want to share more things. But I've really learned in content creation around diamond painting that the most important thing is just putting up content to keep people company, and sharing your own social energy with people. That's what everyone's looking for, as opposed to we need to see you showing more, new. I think I've personally gotten burnt out from that. And I really don't watch any unboxings and any of that stuff personally too often anymore, because I don't want to get influenced to buy. So yeah, if it's helping me. It's helping me as consistently reminding myself, nope, not interested. Nope, not gonna do it. I haven't gone so far as to delete my Diamond Art Club app, but I think that's the next step for me. And I haven't gone so far as to unfollow shops on social media, so I'm not seeing new products pop up, but I think that's another next step for me, is just to remove the temptation from my daily life. That way I am not making an impulse decision, and just saving money very seriously, and not feeling bad or guilty that I'm not spending money at shops. So yeah, if you are in a similar situation, or you feel like the purchasing of diamond paintings is making other things not necessarily harder, but just further away from being attainable. Darn it, I could have gone on that trip this year, but things are have just been a little short. And then you turn around and you've got 100 diamond paintings sitting behind you all stacked up. Darn it, I wish I could have paid the car off faster if I would have, darn it, I would have paid out the car off faster this year, but I'm going to have to see the lease through or whatever. And then you turn around and you've got 140 trays sitting there, Try to set those reminders of don't look until what percentage are you at? It's not 80 yet, or 90, or whatever that is for you, then you're good. Or set reminders of those things that you're trying to get to. A weekly reminder every Saturday, the same day that the DAC releases come out. Set a little calendar reminder that says, don't forget, you're trying to go to Italy. And I think those will help you be like, you're right, old previous Anthony. There is a greater goal in mind. Or don't forget, you're trying to save for a down payment. Did you put that $1,000 into savings this month? Just little things like that. It's been very helpful for me. I've been setting some of that stuff up. I like to be abreast of new releases still, because I really am waiting for Apocalyptic Garden to come out. That's really the only kit that I have in mind. You got it. I got you. Come on. I got you. Don't be scared. Come on. Go, go, go. Good boy. I just kind of hold some of his weight so he doesn't it doesn't hurt his little joints when he takes a bigger jump, but sometimes he gets scared. So yeah, that's been helpful for me. And I think in doing that, in kind of setting some hard boundaries for me, I've been it's also led to me spending less time diamond painting, to be honest, which is okay for me. It's opening me up to do more social stuff. That might not be your situation. I'm not telling you like give up the craft, but I know there's a lot of us that do feel tempted every time we look at social media, or every time we get an email or a text about new releases, and there's almost this obligation to buy because you don't want to miss out, or that crafty friend that owns a small business, you feel guilty that you haven't given them your money in X amount of time. But once again, don't let that get in the way of long-term goals, or just like more financial stability, and just understand that the nature of a diamond painting shops, in order to be super successful, it does require people to purchase more than they would complete, typically, on average. Now, if you're like, no, I finish an 80 by 80 every week, so I need to have 2-3 kits coming in at all times because I finish them that fast, and my finances support that. Great. But I'd say that is not typical. I'd say on average, most of us that start accumulating a stash of diamond paintings won't realistically, like, they're coming in far faster than they're getting done, And so if that is the case, yeah, I'm a strong supporter of now, more than ever, of pumping the brakes and just taking stock of, what long-term looks like. So, or, you might be retired and you have an income that's coming in that takes care of everything and then some. Or maybe you are in a financial situation where not only can you do all the things that you want to do, whatever that be, travel, investing in family, investing in yourself, investing in whatever, get all of those boxes checked, and there's money left over to buy more diamond paintings than you'll ever get done. That's amazing too. I'm not trying to guilt anyone on their decisions, but I just know that my situation is not a one-off where the temptation and the need to buy kind of blinds me in the short term, and that short, dopamine hit of spending and shopping blinds me to the other things that I'm trying to do in my life, because those feel so far off or so long term. But then years go by and you haven't done those things, and it starts to weigh on you, like, oh no, So anyway, well, I've got to go eat some spaghetti. I'm already late. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Happy placing. We'll see you next time. Come here. Can you say goodbye? Hop up. Oh, good boy. You got schmutz on your eye. I think he walked into a flower and got some pollen on him. But all right, well, we'll see you next time. Bye.